Never play with matches.
Fake match.
Yes, but
yes.
This is important to understand, because suppose you're cooking and you end up in trouble because the fire ends up not under the pan, but in the pan. This is a problem. You have to put the lid on the pan before the smoke alarm goes off. Because you see, when the lid's on the pan, there's no air to the fire, and a fire with no air is a fire that cannot burn. But when there's magic involved, you just never know.
Cobra, cobra, cobra. Is that a cobra?
No.
No.
You're the one that mentioned it.
Yay! That's not a cobra.
This is the Formosan fire snake. No, it's not. This is actually called a pine snake. What kind of tree you find around? A pine tree. Although actually, if you know what pine snakes look like, you still wouldn't know what this one was, because this isn't what they look like. His mother was an albino, and his father was leucistic, which means no pattern at all. Okay. You want something even bigger? That box got warm. Now, this animal reminds me of a story. A story about a little girl. A cute little girl with pigtails. Who walked into a pet store and she said, "Mister, do you have any little wabbits?"
Weapons.
And he thought she was cute, so he kneeled down and he talked like her. He said, "Well, you want a little white wabbit? You want a little brown wabbit? You want that little black and white floppy-eared bunny over there?" And she said, "Whatever. Well, we don't think my python gives a crap." Some of you guys are a tough crowd. Let me think what made me laugh when I was 6. You guys know who Batman and Robin are?
Yeah.
You know what they called Batman and Robin after the Batmobile was hit by a train?
Oh, yeah.
Flatman and Ribbon. That made me giggle for a half hour when I was 6. You know where you find a turtle with no legs?
What?
Wherever you left it. Actually, I know one more turtle story. 3 turtles are going on a picnic. And they're turtles. So it takes 5 days to get there. And when they get there, they discover, oh my gosh, they forgot the potato salad. You can't have a picnic without a potato salad, right? So they make the little one go home to get the potato salad. He says, "I don't want to go home. You guys will eat all the rest of the food." So they promised they'd wait for him. So they waited. 5 days. 10 days. 15 days. Finally, they got so hungry, they opened up the picnic basket. And around from behind a tree came the littlest turtle, and he said, "You see? That's why I'm not going." A 3-legged dog busts into a saloon, and you know what he says? "I'm a-looking for the man who shot my paw." Okay, does anybody know where the small country of Myanmar is?
No, I don't know.
Where is Myanmar? Anybody know, grown-ups?
Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. Does anybody know what Myanmar used to be called?
Burma.
Burma, land of shaving cream. From Burma, I give you the Burmese python, but even if you went to the jungles of Burma, you would never find the snake. You know why?
Everybody knows
He's
that.
right here.
You can name that. Can you not pick some lottery?
Actually, there's also another reason. You would never find a snake that even looks like him, because long ago he would have been eaten. Because something would have eaten him a long time ago. Because he would have stuck out like a sore thumb. Because this is lousy camouflage.
Whoa! Lily, look at that thing. Isn't that cool?
Where are you going to hide in the jungle when you look like this?
Next to Big Bird.
Yes. Yes, and there's also very few mustard puddles in Burma.
Does he
Now, And not unless you have a rabbit in your hand.
Is he boxing?
Now, actually, oh, you're sounding a little wheezy, aren't you?
Is
You have
he
a cold getting
boxing
to you?
his head?
Now, this is a very gentle animal. I would like to prove that to you. I'll need a few volunteers. All right, you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Come on over here. And you. Okay, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, hand in the middle. You're tallest.
Caitlin, go ahead.
So, it's all right. You have your hand on that. Back up a little bit. Back up to the boxes, side by side, shoulder to shoulder. That's fine. That's good enough. Okay, everybody in. Now hold your hands out like this. You can't do that. You gotta hold your hands out like this. Okay, now, what is your name? Antonio. Remember, he's afraid of falling. Please do not drop him. Honey, hold him up. Hold him up.
Listen to what he says.
Hold him up. Hold him up.
Don't drop him.
Everybody give him a hand. They're doing this. Yay! Now, normally the most nervous face is down here with me at the end. However, Antonio, if that end begins to gurgle, please do not point it toward anyone. You gotta hold it, Antonio. I was once at a kid's 5-year birthday party when this very snake got me from this shoulder to that foot, and that was the highlight of the show. They got to see the snake man get poked on. When you're 5, it just doesn't get any better than that. And you see, Antonio, the reason it's such a big deal,
Just run and touch it.
snakes and birds are closely related. If you look at a bird's feet, it's not skin, it's scales. Snakes and birds are closely related. So what this snake leaves behind, Antonio, is about what a 65-pound bird would do. We're talking ostrich poop. Okay, everybody hold him up higher. Hold him up higher. Let's see how many kids can get under one snake.
Come on.
Everybody look at the camera. You want to put a hand up here? Put a hand up here and touch him.
Go ahead, Lily.
It's okay. Come here, Lily. Lily, you can stand here. It's okay. Nobody's forced you. Okay, everybody look at the camera and say, cheese snake.
Cheese snake.
Okay, everybody sit down except for Josh. Okay, tell me, Mom, how much does Josh weigh? 40 pounds. Hold this hand here, please. And this hand here, please. We're going to see if 40-pound Josh can hold up a 65-pound snake all by himself. He's doing it! Excellent. Everybody give me another hand. It was very good. Now, one more thing, and then everybody who wants to, wait a minute. One more thing, and then everybody who wants to is going to get a chance to hold or pet a snake. Now, there's a couple of rules. First rule is you do not put anything down or on the floor or on the furniture, and nothing leaves this room. For some reason, everybody always makes me check my inventory before I leave. Second rule, please do not drop them. They're afraid of falling. And if somebody's backing up, don't move toward them. Okay? Let them come to you. Third rule is everybody washes their hands before they eat. Everybody agree? Yeah. Snakes are the cleanest of all reptiles, but they're still animals, and you should wash your hands after you pet your dog before you eat. Right? Yes?
I want to try holding him.
Wait a minute. Now, does anybody know what the longest snake ever found was? Anaconda is a good guess, but wrong. That was the heaviest snake, not the longest snake. The longest snake is the reticulated python. And by the way, I do own an anaconda.
Yes.
His name is Andy. We call his cage the Andy Condo. But Andy has a behavioral problem. Andy wants to bite you. And if Andy is not allowed to bite you, Andy gets frustrated. When Andy gets frustrated, Andy poops. And Andy can poop 9 feet. So Andy's not here. However, the longest snake ever found was a reticulated python. Anybody know how long it was? How long do you think?
26 feet.
26 feet is a good guess. It was actually 33 feet. But because
Google snakes.
of certain movies, a lot of people believe in 50-foot snakes. And I'm here to tell you, you've just met the only person you're ever going to meet who actually owns a 50-foot snake. I almost hate need to spring that on you.
I can feel on me. Same. How to hold this real snake.
So, did you like the show? Everybody say happy birthday, Josh! Come here, Josh. Help him hold this snake up.
I'm only 6 years old and I weigh 55 pounds.
All right. That's a football player in the making.
I'll weigh better. I can hold it.
All right.
I can hold it. I can hold it by myself.
Okay, let him try.
I'll weigh better.
There we go. Yep, that's all you. Heavy, isn't it? Don't fall over. Whoop, no falling over. How many people can help? He's holding on. He doesn't want to fall off. He's trying not to fall off of you.
Ow! He choked
I would too. How many people can help me?